Hey everybody, Psychosaurus is here. Welcome back to Age of Us Online. And today, well, let's just say there was a patch. And there was a rework for the Zabol quest overall. So, here we are in Zabol, but yes, let's switch right away to the patch notes. And so far, I'm not sure how to look at it properly. I have some opinions, but at the same time, well, you'll see. Okay, so overall, the main thing is going to be quest updates, but there's just one detail. Other updates added several missing translated texts, whatever, okay? But yes, in these patch notes, again, I'll put the link in the description below so you can read it for yourself. But yeah, the most important quest updates. Rostam in Zabol updated the gear sets of units and buildings. 1-star and 2-star legendary quests and other versions no longer have buffed walls, fortresses, and guard towers, added new PvE and PvP minigame quests. So yes, part of the rework. So some update to the gear. I don't know the exact detail because just think about how many units there is and I would have to check everything and remember it to this point. Yeah, don't look at me like that I will remember everything, but what I can tell is definitely that fortresses have HP bow. That's something I've noticed because I checked that out, and that was basically it. So yes, I can say there are some differences in the gear. And most importantly, I noticed fortresses having 35,000 HP, which goddamn why. Again, that's quite annoying. But the 1-star, 2-star quests have it a little bit easier, as no extra HP for towers, fortresses, and the walls. So if you go into those quests in legendary version, I saw that the walls had 5,000 HP, the towers had 2,000 HP, and the fortresses were 20,000 HP. So yeah, it's definitely different. So you can say that 1-star, 2-star should be a little bit faster because of that, as you don't have to do too much damage to those structures anymore. But yeah, gear might make it a little bit more annoying, but whatever. Okay, and then there are new PvE, PvP minigame quests. I didn't look at those, so hey, if you want to try out, maybe it's going to be something in champion mode. So there were already 4 of those, I think. So yeah, maybe we'll quickly take a look if they are what I think they are. Anyway, let's move on. Totally Terranian, join forces, Terranian trouble. Rework the boss fights to be more unique. Okay, I can tell that I did the Totally Terranian and join forces. Terranian trouble I haven't seen, so I don't know how it's working there yet. I'll be definitely taking a look at that, and definitely with these reworks we will definitely revisit the Zabol at some point. But yeah, I can tell you, join forces, that the Cataphract hero is now being how should I say it? What's the word? Yeah, it's walking around the map together with few mounted archers. So in that case, yes, there is few extra units supporting the Cataphract. And also I looked at the stats. The Cataphract, I would describe it as, yeah, it's a Centurion, but a Cataphract. So to put it simply, a lot of damage. It has huge armor, especially melee armor. So if you want some suggestion how to deal with him, definitely try to use the pierce damage to kill him. And yeah, the pierce armor is luckily lower, and its HP went down, if I'm not mistaken, down to 11,000. So it should be faster to kill that Cataphract now, so it should not be that huge problem if you use the pierce damage. If you use melee damage, well, let's just say there is, I think it was 0.88 damage reduction for both cavalry and infantry damage. So yes, that's gonna take a while. Luckily the HP is quite low, so it's not it's gonna take you forever, but because of that armor, you might want to consider using the pierce damage instead. It's not the most difficult quest, so you can do that. But yeah, And for the totalitarian, it's pretty much similar thing. Now the war wagon is like traveling between the bases, and it's being grouped up with few what do they call the sparabaras, yes. So there will be few extra sparabaras, which from what I saw, the sparabaras have pretty good health, like they were taking quite a lot of beating. And the war wagon now has a lot less health. I think it's similar to the Cataphract, like 11,000 HP, but it has much more brutal damage. Also, I forgot, the Cataphract has also Igno armor on top of it, like 57%. So yes, armored units not really great choice. So ideally, you just wanna kill that bastard with something from a distance, okay? Melee units, you might lose a few, but luckily it's like single target with huge damage and Igno armor, so yeah, range damage. But yeah, back to the Turanian, the war wagon, I would describe as it deals a lot of damage, okay? Like, goddamn, when I saw the stats, like 900 DPS, I'm like, oh my god. It's just a lot of damage, so if you try to fight it, it might take you a little while with melee units because of that. And since it's siege unit, like dealing pierce damage might take a while to kill it. But if you have some Igno armor, it's definitely much faster to kill it now, okay? But even without Igno armor, it's manageable to finish with like Gastra Feres, Death Ball, okay? So it's manageable. But ideally, yes, you just want to kill it as fast as possible. Since its HP is much lower, it should be faster, but if it takes you a while, yeah, that you might lose quite a few units doing that. Turanian Trouble, like I said, I'll take a look at it sometime later, but yeah, we'll see about that. Totalitarian. The AIs now progress individually rather than simultaneously. Okay, so not only that the boss got a little bit changed there, but at the same time the AI. And to put it simply, if you were playing Totalitarian and you were taking quite a while, you know that the AI had quite a lot of units like coming from the top bases, right? Which would be quite annoying. Now let me put it simply, because they are now separated, yeah, maybe they're not progressing so fast now, but goddamn, there is like triple size of the army, so yes, be ready to fight a lot more units. And making it a little bit more annoying to deal with that, okay? Like, yeah, sure, I can kill the boss faster now, but when you are fighting like suddenly like triple the size of the army, that can be really annoying. So yeah, better be fast, because otherwise it will be painful. Okay, moving on. Turanian Trouble. Fix the bug where some AIs would not be active when you are playing as India. Reduce the time challenge limit by 10 minutes, but the Wonder building no longer has any HP buffs. Remove the Wonder from the main objectives and fixed goats not being convertible in champion mode. Okay, I don't know about with the Indians, so don't ask me about that. I have no idea what that one is about. Never saw that. Never played that quest with Indians. Maybe I'll do it with Indians. Who knows? Reduce the time challenge limit by 10 minutes. Okay, it will take 30 minutes. If I'm not, I took a look. I think the timer was 30 minutes before it was 40. So a little bit less time, but the Wonder has less HP, so it should be faster to destroy. So, hey, a little bit faster. Okay, we'll see. Like 10 minutes. That's a lot of time, you know, like suddenly being removed. And yeah, from what I remember, if there's a lot of units coming, it can be annoying to get to the Wonder. But we'll see about that. Remove the Wonder from the main objectives. Whatever. I don't care. It's there. Just destroy it. Goats not being convertible in champion mode. I saw a bug about that on Discord, so there was some mention about it. Don't ask me. I never tried it out myself. Anyway, yes, so less time for the Wonder destruction, but the Wonder has less HP. That should be the overall difference for the quest. We'll see how it works out in the end. Return the favor. Enemy immortals now make use of Kionite Bloodline and the advisor Roham. Difficulty rating increased to 3 from 2. Cooldown increased to 3 days from 12 hours. So the cooldown difficulty rating means more rewards for this. Because the enemy immortals use the Kionite Bloodline. If you don't know, that's the defensive upgrade from... what's his name? I forgot his name. What's his name? And the immortal legendary advisor, yes. So that's the defensive one, which currently is 10 HP per second regeneration and the 50% BDP, so bonus damage protection. So overall, and of course Roham means like faster production and more HP for the immortals. So overall the immortals are taking longer to kill if you're using counter units in general. So if you were using something like, let's say, Hypaspist, now it's going to be much more annoying to kill the immortals with Hypaspist. So if I may suggest, try to use something that's doing a lot of damage, ideally without a bonus, but hey, if you have some bonus, that can help. Still, like, if the overall bonus damage is just reduced by 1/3, it's not that bad, okay? You can still do that. Like, the bonus damage protection is not affecting you too much, but try to kill them as fast as possible, because now they get also the health regen, which means if you take too long to kill them, well, not only that they will kill you, they will also heal up and be able to fight you again without a problem, okay? So yeah, try to use something that hits very hard. So for example, Volt Raiders, Champions, Berserkers, even like Gastrafedes can be really cool to deal with them. They do a lot of damage, their bonus is pretty high, so even with the reduction they can kill the immortals quite fast if you have a good number of those. Just remember there are also siege units, so ideally something that can kill the immortals and the siege units as well. That's my recommendation for this one. Otherwise, yeah, just be ready for a lot of tough immortals. Yeah, and make sure you have enough damage to kill them fast. Moving on, Just Deserts added more attacks towards the ally player to emphasize the defending them part. Increase the starting resources, and the main objective now only fails when the ally's starting town center is destroyed, not with any they built later on. Okay, so more attacks towards the ally player, that can be annoying, so make sure you send them enough resources and ideally some extra units as well. Increase starting resources, that should make it a little bit easier for you at the beginning, hopefully. And just so you know, I did not check this quest out, so I'm not really sure how much we are talking about. So yeah, this is another one I need to check out for myself yet, but from what I saw, like from the post on Discord, yes, it seems to be a little bit harder, but who knows, we'll see. Okay, and main objective only fails when the allies starting town center is destroyed, which means, hey, if they lose the starting town center, yeah, you lose. So which means you seriously need to pay attention and seriously help the allies sooner before it's too late. Okay, don't delay like sending the resources like before there's already army attacking. No, the ally needs the army before they can get destroyed. So ideally send them the resources over time. That's what it feels like to me, and it's rather now more focused on that. Anyway, make sure they don't lose the starting town center, otherwise, yeah, you just lose and will keep losing. I'll see how much harder it is because I haven't seen it for myself. But yeah, definitely will be taking a look at that. My Brother's Keeper, fix and bug that prevented the western town center being destroyed from counting towards the champion mode optional. Okay, just a bug. So Brother's Keeper, basically no difference there. So same quest. I will not be visiting that one again because yeah, no difference really here. Resistance in system. Increase the optional requirements to 7,500 food from 5,000. The starting food no longer counts for the optional. Added heat wave events, reduce the time limit by 5 minutes, and nerf the attacking Kardakas slightly. Okay, this one needs a little bit explanation, and right now I'm gonna warn you, like, if you try to play System, this can be really painful right now. Okay, so to explain it, increase the optional requirements to 7,500 food from 5,000 food. The starting food no longer counts for the optional. Okay, so in this case, yes, it is an increase, and you have 5 minutes less, as it is mentioned with the time limit. So all the food needs to be gathered by 10 minutes. Now, there is one difference, because as it says here, starting food no longer counts, which made me wonder, does it mean that suddenly, hey, if it's not counting, that means that the food is not based on like how much I currently have, but I actually need to gather. And that's actually what this change did as well. So don't get scared just because you see higher number and less time for it. No, it means you need to gather 7,500 food instead of having 5,000 food in store, okay? Which means, hey, if you gather your food, you can invest it into your army and make sure you have enough units to defend yourself. The other Kardakas slightly nerfed, yeah, but you will probably barely notice it, okay? But the main thing is the optional basically became easier, because now you don't need to like have the food, but rather just gather it. Just like you have, you know, in legendary Run Rudolph run, you have to gather the stone. This is basically the same thing how it works. Just a notice, hey, if you feel like you can buy the food now, yes, don't try that, okay? If it's the same, and from what I saw, buying the food from the market is not going to work. Just like in Run Rudolph run, it doesn't work there. I know that. I tried it out once for myself. I know you have to gather it there. So I'm expecting here it's going to be the same. So just gather the food from farms, bushes, huntables, herdables, whatever you can. Okay? But the thing is, as it says here, added heat wave events. And not only that, this is, I don't think it's saying here anywhere, right? Yeah, I don't think it's mentioning it here, but the quest overall became much harder, okay? So I have to just say the AI is now spamming a lot more units, which kind of surprised me, you know? Like, it's not really mentioned here, so I was expecting like, okay, just got like a slightly weaker, whatever. So it will be practically the same quest, which if it just happened, I would be okay with that. So yes, the AI is spamming a lot more, and the current issue I see in the heatwave events. Okay, so to explain what's actually going on, when you have farms and you're gathering food, regularly at some intervals there will be a heatwave. What this means? It means that suddenly your farms will start taking a few takes of damage. Okay, it will be like few takes and then it's gone for few minutes and then it will return and do it again. Okay, so just like you know, like one of those Londinium quests where you have the blizzard, where every once in a while there would be the blizzard that would cause, hey, your units are taking some damage. This is basically the same deal, okay? But in this case, it's working on farms only farms, okay? Which is kind of a problem, okay? Because the heatwave itself can do a lot of damage, okay? From what I saw, it dealt like somewhere between like 280 to like 360 damage, something like that, okay? It was like around 300 damage, let's say. Okay, and when your farm has like less than 600 HP, which mine had, yeah, so this is kind of annoying, you know, because if you can survive the first heat wave, the second heat wave comes, you lose farms. Really annoying, okay? And the thing is, like, okay, it's an interesting mechanic. I don't have like anything against it. the thing about it is it lasts throughout the whole quest right now, which makes it really annoying, because if you have to keep rebuilding the farms, that's going to be very annoying, because hey, every farmer now stops working, you lose your food income, and suddenly, hey, you have to rebuild the farms, which means you have to invest more wood into the farms. And so it becomes very annoying to do that, okay? You can obviously repair the farms, that's also possible. But the thing is, you cannot just right click on the farms to repair them. No, you need to actually press the hotkey for the repair. By default, it's on R. And then you need to left click on the farm. And from what I read, you can just do that, and if the farmer himself is repairing the farm, then he will start working on the farm again once the repair is done. Don't know, I haven't checked that out for myself, but yeah, if it works that way, then it's completely fine. But it does not mean, hey, you need to like select the farmer, press the R hotkey, and then left click on the farm, okay? And if you have to, and you have to realize, like, yeah, the heat wave affects every single farm, and if you have like 20 or even more farmers, then you can realize, yes, this is going to be very annoying, especially when you cannot really chain it, because I tried to chain it, it doesn't work with the left click, okay? And right click, I know it's like canceling it. So yes, it's very annoying to just repair the farms. So yeah, if you ask me, repairing would be fine, but unfortunately, it's not going to work really well, as it requires a lot of attention, a lot of clicks, and the more farmers you have, the worse it becomes. So yeah, that's one thing that's really annoying. Now, yes, you have some answers to that. For example, you could pick Agape and make it easier for yourself. Just, hey, you don't have to spend too much wood, you just quickly build those farms. If you lose them, hey, you quickly rebuild them and continue farming. That's an option, okay? Or another option which you can do definitely as Celt, which is focus on the herdables. Actually, you can just grab the, what's the name, Katimandua in H2 and just spawn, like build few sacred groves, spawn the sacred deer, and just get the food from the herdables. That's definitely something you can do. And yeah, like you have few extra options. Like what comes to my mind would be like Kombutis, who not only that makes your farms cheaper, but also makes it that they have a little bit more health. So maybe they will be able to survive 3 heat waves instead of 2. Could be possible. Yes, Tutmos is also possible. And obviously Shahryar is an option. But at the same time, with like how annoying this can be, just losing the income suddenly and me forgetting like to pay attention to the villagers, yes, this can happen, and with the huge waves of enemies coming at the same time, yes, this quest can be real pain. I'm not joking, like I was playing it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go just infantry, gonna go siege, and let's get it done. First of all, like I said, I did not expect the big wave suddenly. So suddenly there's a lot more units. And when you have to also pay attention to the farmers at the same time, while there are a lot of units, and you're trying to like make sure you have the income of food. Yeah, putting all of this together, huge pain, okay? So my suggestion is either try going with something different than what I did. That's an option. And I was not going for like any of these like Agape, like these advisors that I mentioned. Another alternative, which is after you're done with the gathering food, as I said, buying the food from the market does not work. But yes, after you're done with the time challenge, you can just go a lot of caravans and just buy the food. If you want to spam your units, which is something I had to do in the end, because I just did not want to pay attention too much for the farmers. God damn, it would be pain. And in the end, I would just have to buy the wood, because if you know the map, there is not like that many trees overall, So yes, if I had to say, right now, Sistan is very annoying to play. If you're going for something food heavy, like infantry or cavalry. So in my opinion, if you can, try to go with something, either use alternative like the herdables I mentioned, or go with ranged units. So Gastras, Babylonian chariots, although Babylonians at least have gardens, that helps a little bit. But yeah, like Babylonian chariots, what else would be there? Yeah, like chariots in general. But basically, ranged units should be fine. Otherwise, you can go like, in case of Babylons, you can go with just sappers that cost only gold, That is an option. But yeah, try to go something, that you can manage easily, okay? If it's not too expensive on food, that would be the best. Otherwise, you just have to go with a lot of caravans, okay? And just so you know, yes, the time challenge is manageable without like agape, combutis. You can manage to get all the food you need. Just make sure you have enough farmers for that. But yeah, right now, if I had to say, Sistan, you can try it out now once and see for yourself how painful it can be. And then I'm just gonna bet, yeah, you won't really want to touch this quest. And to be honest, like, if I had to say, Sistan, like, for being a 3-star quest before, was like stupidly easy, to be honest. It was stupidly easy, so in my opinion, yes, some difficulty increase wouldn't be bad, but like these two combinations, oof. I feel like it's somewhere on the border of the like 4-star almost. That's what it feels like right now. At least when we talk about like the Zabol overall, like the overall quest pack. Anyway, fix several issues with co-op in every champion mode quest. I don't know anything about that, but whatever. The elite meet in Creed, player 1 crashing or disconnecting during co-op no longer prevents the quest from completing at the end of the 40 waves, which is something that I saw quite often happening, So yes, this should be fixed, hopefully. Don't ask me. I don't know. But hopefully, yes. If you don't know basically what it means, if you were playing Creed in co-op and player 1 would just, disconnect, then suddenly the countdown for the waves would stop and the player 2 would not be able to finish it. If I remember, if this is what I think it is, okay? I think this is it. So yeah, this should be fixed now. And that's all for the quest. So if I had to say overall, and just I have to mention this because like I keep saying like, hey, quest becoming easier all the time, Yeah, Zabol was like one of those quest packs where I would say, okay, some quests completely fine. I don't have anything against it. Like if you had to say like, which one would it be? Like Return the Favor, for example, I would say, okay, completely fine for 2-star quest. No problem with that. If you use the right strategy, very easy, no problem, okay? But then there would be like the quest, Resistance in System, which I would say, yeah, this is stupidly easy, okay? For quest to be considered 3-star, this felt stupidly easy, okay? So let's just say there would be quests where I would say, yes, some changes would be nice, okay? Sistan would be one of those. Total Lithuanian would be actually something that I would rather go the other way because goddamn, sometimes the spam of units would be so goddamn annoying. Oof. And now it's even worse right now. Like I can tell it's totally more annoying than before. But yeah, overall, the Zabol quest pack was always like, when it was released, it was told that it would be like one of those easier quest packs, okay? Which I would be fine with that, okay? It was sold as an easier quest pack, nothing against it. But right now, well, let's just say System does not feel that easy, okay, right now. And hopefully there will be some change about the heat wave because goddamn, it's so stupidly annoying. Like in the combination of like all of those units spammed and sent at you, yeah, that's just damn pain, okay? Totally again, like, okay, yeah, AI spammed, but now it's even worse. Okay, then not sure if I would consider it 2-star anymore. Okay, like, yeah, you can finish the quest, but the time challenge with 20 minutes, okay, that part is questionable now to me. Okay, and yeah, like Turanian Trouble, okay, that's a 5-star. I mean, 5-star has to be difficult, so no issue there. But yeah, let's just say, and I have to mention, yeah, Joint Forces, like that one is considered 2-star. Yet you have the ally that can just complete the quest without your help. Well, a little bit, it's a little bit different now with the boss, but overall, if I had to say, yeah, like I could still bet that the ally could finish the quest on its own. Okay, so, but yeah, overall, like, yeah, few quests where I would say stupidly easy. Some quests like the Totalitarian, where I would say, yeah, a little bit of tweaking to maybe, not being so spammy. But okay, some quests have become a little bit more difficult. I'll take that. But at the same time, right now, the system is too, like, it's in my head right now, and just thinking about it makes me feel like, yeah, maybe this is a little bit too much right now. The Totalitarian, again, if you just don't do it really fast, don't have the strong army, it can be pain with the spam of units, like huge pain. But so far, if I had to say, Return the Favor, okay, slight difficult increase with more rewards, okay, no problem there. Joint Forces basically is the same, so yeah, would not consider 2-star because of the ally, and since the AI usually sends the calorie anyway. There is actually one difference. The central base is actually now training immortals. That is the difference, I should mention. Yes. Joint Forces now has slightly different army composition. Not only calorie, but also there are immortals being sent from the central base, which kind of surprised me, but at the same time, not a huge threat. Still, it's quite easy quest. I'm still gonna question whether I would consider it to be 2-star, like it feels much closer to the 1-star, but hey, my opinion. Anyway, I hope you are going to give a shot at these quests. Definitely we are going to revisit most of these, except like the Brothers Keeper, since I don't see there being any difference, but maybe I'll give it a shot and see if there is any. But yeah, most of these we will definitely pay some visit again. And yeah, but tell me, have you tried out these new versions of these quests? And what do you think about them, like overall right now, okay? And just before I leave, there should be the... Yes, there's a lot more of these, okay, right now. So if I had to say... I would say, yeah, like 7 of these. There's also like some global quest. Complete every mini game. Okay, so you can get some extra rewards here. Yeah, so these are the ones played in champion mode, if I'm not mistaken. And these, if I'm not mistaken, these should be like also like PvP. Yeah, you can see like co-op only, repeatable. This quest is played in champion mode. So these should be like your PvP quest. So if you wanna play against someone, like try like one of these, like this one is like saying like Spearman. Okay, if you wanna fight 1v1 Spearman, see who's got better Spearman. You can try it out now. Okay, here, as you can see, co-op only, so you can try them out for yourself. So yeah, that's going to be the main thing. Anyway, tell me what you think about these changes. Like overall, yeah, right now, if I had to say, like, system is a little bit too much. Totalitarian can be really annoying with the spam of units, but otherwise, so far, I would say, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, I cannot say anything really bad about.
I have what you need.
Return the Favor, yeah, maybe like, okay, Immortals maybe a little bit tougher, but hey, it's a 3-star, 3 days, so more rewards if you complete it. Just Deserts, I'll take a look, I'll see. Join Forces, still easy, But yeah, if I had to say, like, resistance is system right now, it's a little bit too much. Hopefully soon some change about the heat wave. I was already talking about it on Discord, so yeah, we'll see. Okay, maybe there will be some change. But so far, yeah, I would also be happy if there could be something done about the spam of units, because as the AIs are separated, just triple the size of the army, as every AI has its own army. Like, goddamn, it's so annoying. Okay.
Come back and see me.
Anyway, tell me what you think about this quest pack overall in the comment section below. Remember, I'll put the link for the patch notes below, so you can go through those for yourself. And yeah, that's going to be all from me for now. So make sure to press the like button, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.